Okay, welcome back to another episode of Banking Without Borders. I'm your host, Johnny, and I'm solo today while Jan's on holiday. He'll be back next week. So today we are focusing on premium bank accounts that include travel insurance, breakdown cover, and mobile or gadget insurance, and which of them actually justify their monthly fee, because let's face it, they can be expensive. So we're going to discuss the likes of Nationwide FlexPlus, Virgin M Money, Santander Edge Explorer, and Chase Protect, which is the latest bolt-on account from Chase UK. And I'll walk you through the accounts in detail, compare the insurance properly, and look at the fine print. So by the end, I'll hopefully be able to give you a clear outline on who I think each account is actually right for, plus my wooden spoon award for the weakest packaged account overall. And yes, if you're listening to this, I've taped a debit card to the spoon and will reveal the which bank account that belongs to at the end of the episode. All right? But first, Nationwide Flex Plus. So this account costs £18 per month, and I honestly think this should be the benchmark that all other insurance packaged accounts are compared to, because it's pretty awesome. So you get worldwide family travel insurance up to 31 days, and there's no upper age limit on that. That's incredible. There is medical screening, okay, but you could be 85 years old, say, and still potentially qualify for that travel insurance. There's also breakdown cover from the AA, which covers both UK and European personnel cover. And what I mean by personnel is that you are covered and not like a specific car. And that's an important thing to remember, as we're going to be talking a lot about breakdown cover, and some of them don't necessarily cover you. They're specific to the car. Ultimately, if you break down in your car, you're covered. If you break down in your wife or husband, partner's car, you're covered. Or your friend's car, you're covered. That's super strong here. Then there's family mobile phone cover, which is pretty great. So if you've got, say, children, let's say with like 800 to 1,200 pound iPhones, those phones are going to be covered. So it's not just the account holder, it's dependents, it's partners, and some competitors like Halifax or the Co-op, who we're going to talk about later, they only cover the account holders' phones, which makes them pretty bad for families. There are also some other benefits to being a Nationwide customer. That includes international fee-free spending and ATM withdrawals. That's specific to Flex Plus. You also get a £50 interest-free overdraft. There's a £175 switch bonus that's currently available, and the fairer share payment, which means that you could get a payment of £100, or at least that's what Nationwide paid their customers last year, but you're looking at potentially getting a nice little payout from Nationwide each year for being a customer. Really, really interesting account. Very compelling from the insurance perspective, because there's no age cliff on the travel insurance. The roadside breakdown is really comprehensive and from the AA. And, you know, all of your family's phones are covered through the mobile phone insurance, and you get the other little benefits of being a Nationwide customer. I think for the cost of £216 per year, I think that really is quite great value. And, that just isn't the case for this next provider, Lloyds Platinum. And this shouldn't be mistaken for Lloyds Premium, which is like a status-free account if you qualify, which I think includes like GP health services, I believe. But we're going to talk about Club Lloyds Platinum, which is £27.50 a month, or potentially £22.50 if you pay in £2,000 per month, which I think a lot of people will do. I think people who are getting like a premium bank account are probably going to be paying in around £2,000 a month minimum, potentially anyway. So it's likely that this account would cost you £22.50. But honestly, for that price, I'll share the benefits with you now, and you can decide. Let me know in the comments what you think, but I really don't think this account is worth it. Is it one of the worst accounts? Well, I'll let you be the judge of that. So you get worldwide family travel insurance, which covers up to the age of 80. Tick, that's a nice little benefit, to be fair. 80 is, yeah, that's extremely competitive. That's one of the highest age ceilings on the market. That's nice. You get AA family breakdown cover, which covers the account holder and the partner. That includes Home Start. Another key point to mention when it comes to breakdown cover, Home Start is a good way to sort of qualify whether a cover is very good or not, and that means that you'll be covered if your car doesn't work when you go to start it at home. The mobile phone insurance is only for the account holder though, so that's a weak link here. There are some extras though with Lloyds. You get no debit card fees for spending abroad. You get cashback at select retailers and Club Lloyds benefits, including exclusive savings rates and mortgage deals. So far anyway, those benefits aren't that sensational. They're actually probably worse than Nationwide and more expensive. But you do get a single benefit, everybody, a single perk that you can choose once a year. And that could be 12 months of Disney Plus, or 6 cinema tickets, or an annual digital coffee club and gourmet society membership, which is worth, I think, around £35 per year in value, and it includes like discounted restaurants, discounted cinema tickets. It's a bit of fluff, if I'm being honest with you. That doesn't look that appealing to me, but I'll let you decide. Or you could also get an annual magazine subscription, so that could be like Men's Health delivered to your door. It's okay, I guess. That's a little extra. I mean, if you're someone that already has one of those things, then great. You know, that supplements that cost somewhat. But at around £270 to £330 per year, just think about everything I've just told you, and then think about paying 330 quid a year for it. That's one of the most expensive packaged accounts available. Do I think it's the worst? I think potentially in terms of value. I mean, the travel age limit is 80, which is somewhat quite strong, and the AA family breakdown cover is decent, but it's far more expensive than Nationwide, which has no upper limit on insurance, and the mobile phone insurance is for the account holder only. The Co-op Everyday Extra account is arguably not one of the best accounts available, but it could be if you're interested if you're ethically minded, or if that's something that you want to consider when it comes to making your choice of bank. It costs the same as Flex, so it's £18 per month, and it's obviously far cheaper than Lloyds. But like I said, it's built around insurance, but also around ethics. So you get worldwide travel insurance up to the age of 79, which is pretty good. You also get 45 days per trip with that insurance package, which is market leading. That's really good. You get £10 million of medical cover. Winter sports is included, although that cuts off at 64. So grannies, granddads watching this, I'm sure there are millions of you right now. They're watching this. If you want to go skiing, this wouldn't be the one for you. You wouldn't be covered. And pre-existing conditions are possible with the insurance, but they do require screening. And also I noticed on their policy that there's no excess. I couldn't find anywhere that said there was excess on travel claims. I thought that was quite interesting. RAC personal breakdown cover is included with Homestar. European cover is there, so that's good. And there's also mobile phone insurance, but it's for the account holders only. So either joint account, solo account, you'll be covered for. So it's a bit weak, but it's at least not the same price as Lloyds. The thing that attracts me to the Co-op, or the reason that I wanted to share it with you, is because of this consumer-led ethical policy that they have over there. Basically, members can have an influence over lending exclusions, and that could include areas like fossil fuels or animal cruelty or arms trading. If where your bank invests money matters to you and you're looking for some of these insurance products, the Co-op could be an interesting choice. But it's not the best on this list, but I wanted to include it because of that ethical angle that they've got going on. £18 per month, though, is still, it's not as expensive as Lloyds, but it still feels expensive when you compare it to this next provider, the Virgin Money Club M account, which is £14. And as I go through this list of benefits, I want you to think about that price, because I think this is incredible value. And it used to be £12.50, but they recently increased it, and I have no problem with that. Let's first talk about the gadget cover. So most of these bundled accounts, they just offer mobile phone cover. Virgin covers tablets, headphones, cameras, laptops, plus the family's phones and like your partner's gadgets as well. That is for a household with, say, teenagers with iPhones and a partner with like a MacBook, really compelling. And I think from a pure insurance sort of mass perspective, you could already be covered. I think the cost of that insurance alone might be, say, £10. I think some people will be getting like gadget insurance for them and phone insurance for their family and paying that sort of money on a monthly basis. But that's not the only benefit that you get with this account. So you have travel insurance, which is worldwide family travel up to 31 days. There's an age limit of 75. It's okay. And winter sports are included. You also get green flag breakdown cover. That's personnel cover in the UK. In Europe, it is vehicle specific. So that's one sort of nuance caveat there, but I don't think that's such a bad thing. Maybe that's how they get the price down to £14. I don't know. But it undercuts Nationwide. It massively undercuts Lloyds. And you also get the other benefits of being a Virgin customer, which includes like fee-free international transactions, ATM withdrawals. They don't have the best savings rates. They're kind of renowned for being a bit stingy with savings. Although they have recently had a compelling, I think, 1 year fixed, but generally speaking, they're not that great for savings. But this packaged account, from an insurance perspective, from a cost perspective, especially when you look at it compared to some of the providers we talked about so far, especially that Lloyds Platinum account, there's nothing platinum about that, I'm afraid, apart from the price. I think this Virgin M Money, sorry. Virgin Money Club M account. Oh, they need to change that. Just have 2 words. Just call it the Virgin M. I don't know, maybe not that. The Virgin M. I was going to say the Virgin Mother, but probably not that either. Just call it Virgin Premium. Yeah, this account is great value for money. The Santander Edge Explorer, another fantastic account at £17 per month, I think is one of the best because it's one of the few accounts that give you the opportunity to pay essentially for the insurance through your intentional spending because you can earn cash back. £204 per year or £17 per month. And you get all of the bundled insurance products that you'd expect. So you have worldwide family travel insurance up to 31 days. The age limit is under 75. So like Virgin, there's £20 million in medical cover. There's also breakdown cover from Allianz or Allianz. That's UK and European cover. So that's good. Home assistance or Home Start is included. And onward travel is there if your vehicle can't be fixed as well. So it's really comprehensive and solid. There's family mobile phone insurance that's included and 24/7 remote GP access for you and your family. But also you can earn cash back. And you can earn 1% cash back on selected household bills. So that could be like council tax, broadband, paid TV packages. That's up to £10. You can also earn 1% on selected spending, like supermarket spending, the stuff you do every month, and fuel and some travel costs. That's capped at £10 as well. And I think for a lot of people, I mean, a lot of families, they're probably spending £1,000 a month on food and travel and fuel, and they could easily get £10 in cash back that could pay for the insurance that could, cover the family phone or the family phones. It's not the 90s. We don't have one phone in our house anymore. The family's mobile phones would be covered by the cashback. You'd have the travel insurance there. You've got the breakdown cover. And all you've got to do is just do your regular spending, the spending that you intended to do to pay for it. I think that's pretty cool. And not forgetting, there's also some opportunities to earn savings because of the Santander Edge Saver that pays, I believe, up to 6%, up to £4,000. So you could earn up to £240 from that in interest. By purely comparing these accounts on insurance, Nationwide is going to be stronger because of the upper age limit, and Virgin is going to be cheaper. But the cashback advantage to Santander is definitely worth mentioning. Another account I want to talk about is Monzo Max. Fantastic app, really intuitive product. With Monzo Max at £17 per month or £22 for families, you get all the benefits of Monzo Perks, which includes an annual rail card, weekly Greg's treat, monthly cinema, annual Uber One membership, and higher fee-free cash withdrawals. I think it's up to £600. So you get all of that, plus the insurance stuff. So there's like a protection layer on top. And the insurance cover includes worldwide multi-trip travel insurance. It's capped at the age of, I believe, 69, and pre-existing medical conditions are excluded. So they're a little stricter compared to the other providers. Winter sports is included, car hire excess is in there. Mobile phone insurance as well, shouldn't forget that. Costs an extra £5 if you want to bolt on your family, but that's available. And also UK and European personal cover breakdown is included as well. So quite comprehensive breakdown. The only downside, I think, is that Monzo don't cover pre-existing conditions, and there's that sort of upper age cap of 69 there. So it's a bit stricter. So I think for like people that aren't necessarily that healthy, this might not be for you. If you have certain medical conditions, you're not going to be covered for them. And I think that's the biggest distinction between Monzo Max and the traditional packaged accounts that we've talked about, like Co-op, Nationwide, Virgin, Santander. Those guys are offering you coverage even if you have pre-existing conditions. But the breakdown cover is strong. And also if you're going to use the rail card, if you're going to use Uber One, if you're going to use Greg's, like I said, if you're generally healthy, then this is going to be pretty valuable to you and pretty awesome, particularly if you're interested in the Monzo ecosystem, if you want to live inside their app, if you want to have your pension, your savings, your investments, you want to put it all together. From a pure insurance comparison perspective to the other providers we've talked about, no, this is not the strongest account, particularly for the price point of £17. You'd be better off going elsewhere. It's way more valuable though than Lloyds. Let's just take a moment, right, and talk about how Lloyds Platinum are offering a single benefit, 3 insurances, and one of them is a bit weak, versus Monzo, who are, letting you bolt on your families for £22.50. Sorry, £22, so it's cheaper than Lloyds, and offering way more. Or maybe someone in the comments that uses Lloyds could tell me what I'm missing here, but I can't see it. This account looks like daylight robbery to me. But this next account, if we want to talk about value, this is the most expensive, I think. I might be wrong, but I think it's definitely it's got to be up there as the most expensive bank account, premium packaged bank account available in the UK right now. Do you know which one I'm talking about? you have to know it's Revolut Ultra at £55 per month. And we've talked a lot about Ultra over the years, over the last few months. There's lots of content on the channel about it, but this is one of the most expensive accounts at £660 per year. But for the right person, this could genuinely be the best account available, because if you actively use the features and Revolut's ecosystem, the return on that fee of £660 per year can be significant. So you get unlimited lounge key access. So that's lounge passes, unlimited each year through Lounge Key. You have multi-trip worldwide insurance up to 30 days per trip, £10 million medical cover, and cancel for any reason coverage as well, where you can, I think, get 70% back on something that you might have to cancel. And that doesn't have to be for health reasons. You could cancel a trip for any reason at all, and you must pay to qualify for that insurance. You must pay 75% of your travel costs with your Revolut card. That's an important differentiator, because the other banks, the other packaged accounts we've talked about today, don't make you do that. You also get 3 gigabytes of global eSIM data. You can earn 1 rev point per pound that you spend. There's a large stack of partner subscriptions. We've got the FT Digital, we've got WeWork, Perplexity Pro, NordVPN, Tinder. There's loads of things in there. ClassPass credits. If that's what I mean. And I said at the start, like, if for the right person, if you actively can use these features and these subscription benefits, you're going to get so much value from this account. It's incredible. Frequent solo business travelers that are going to be use WeWork when they're on the move, they're going to be in lounges in airports, that are going to use NordVPN, that are going to use the FT. Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic account for you, but it could also be a dangerous account in the sense that you could end up wasting a lot of money if you aren't using those features. There's also a bit of a tie-in. I didn't mention this with Monzo Max, but that has a minimum 3-month contract. And with Revolut, there's not a minimum contract necessarily, but it is difficult to break. If you cancel after 14 days of having this account, you'll probably pay for the current month, or you'll have paid for that already, and then they'll cancel the account, so you won't get any more time with it. And also pay a break fee for the next month. That's likely to happen. So canceling this account will cost you money as well. So it's really important that you look at it and you look at your life, your behaviors, and you see how they overlap with this account, and can you make sense of this account. Let's talk about the wooden spoon. I think it's time. Okay, so for those that are listening, I'm holding a wooden spoon right now, and we're going to reveal my not worst. I don't want to be that harsh, not worst account or packaged account that's available, but this one I'm pretty disappointed with, because it's a new account. It's been available for a couple of weeks now, and they've had opportunities to look at some of the accounts that we've talked about today and trying to build something better. But instead, they've gone with a cheaper price point and unfortunately a cheaper product that just doesn't have as much value as some of the other products that we've talked about. So my wooden spoon award for the premium packaged insurance account goes to Chase and their Chase Protect account at £12.50 Chase. I mean, honestly, let's talk about this account. So like I said, it launched earlier this month, maybe in late January. I'll tell you the benefits and then you can decide what you think about it. Okay, so at £12.50 a month, you get travel insurance. It's not too bad. It's 31 days, covers medical up to £20 million. Pre-existing conditions require screening, and there is an age cap of 69. So they're a bit harsher on that, but Chase will know their customer age demographic, and they probably just decided, that they don't have elderly people using their account anyway. That's why Nationwide don't have that age cliff, because they obviously have a more broad spectrum of older, younger using their account. Chase know that they're predominantly probably sitting within the younger sort of middle-aged tier. So the medical cover's fine, but it's the breakdown cover that I have a bit of a problem with. Let me explain. So you get UK roadside assistance. There's no European breakdown cover, and you only get towed. If you break down, you only get towed to the nearest local repairer or a destination of your choice that's closer than the local repairer. So you could be in the Highlands of Scotland, break down, and they'll either take you to the local garage or somewhere closer where you could maybe call a taxi or stay or get some food. It's not that comprehensive, and it's £12.50 when Virgin is £14 and far more comprehensive. I hope people look at the fine print of that and recognize that, because I think people could get really caught out by that. There's also no home start, which for me would be a major problem, because the other day I got into my electric car and it wouldn't start because it's been so cold recently. It just wouldn't start. So I could have technically, called up my roadside assistance, which, by the way, with Chase Protect is AA, so it's a reputable provider. I could have called the AA and I'd be like, my car won't start. I need to get somewhere. And they'd be like, okay, Mr. Pease, which bank account have you got? I'd be like, I've got Chase Protect. It's awesome. They'd be like, yeah, we can't come and get you. Sorry. Oh, wait, I'll get Virgin. So that could be an issue for some people. And there's also only 4 call outs per year with that. Although I think at that point, if you're at 4 call outs, you should probably just get a new car, right? There is mobile phone insurance. It covers partners and children living at home as well. So that's good, but it doesn't cover laptops, tablets, or wider gadget cover like Virgin. So again, you see, like for £1.50 more, you get everything that Virgin is offering. And I mean, if we zoom out quickly, and for those that are watching on YouTube, I put a table up on the screen so you can have a look for yourself. Look, we can see, Virgin offering full family gadgets for £14 with a pretty comprehensive breakdown cover. The Co-op have that really like compelling 45-day trip length cover, which is good at just £18. Lloyds Platinum, just nearly 30 quid for that account. Bloomin' heck. That's just mad, isn't it? And yeah, Chase Protect, £12.50. The cheapest account here, but also the cheapest product available in terms of, I don't know, the benefits and the features. It's a little bit weak, honestly, Chase Protect, and that's why I gave it the wooden spoon, which I taped a piece of paper to cover it up on the camera. That's why you need to, if you're listening to this, watching it on video is look at that, what an experience. Yeah, there it is, Chase. Sorry, Chase. I love Chase UK's current account. I think it's fantastic. Really great for international transactions, relatively compelling for cashback as well, and savings rates for new customers. But that Chase Protect account, it falls short. So I think the best all-round insurance provider has to be that nationwide Flex account, especially if you're over 70, FlexPlus, and you want proper cover without having to worry about it. That's awesome. Virgin, Money, Club M. Virgin Premium is just awesome. I mean, best for value, best for tech-heavy families, just with lots of phones, lots of gadgets, you're covered. That's great. Santander Edge Explorer, shout out, like best if you want like insurance that can largely be offset through cashback and savings. Well, shout out to Co-op Everyday Extra for ethical banking. If that's something that's important to you, great. Monzo, again, if you can utilize those perks, and also you need the insurance, and you don't have like pre-existing health conditions, you're a bit younger, you like the Monzo ecosystem and the app, great account to have. And yeah, Revolut Ultra, wow, that account just blows my mind. It's just so much to it. It's unbelievable. It's quite difficult to get your head around. You could write like a dissertation on that account. And yeah, if you can make use of those benefits, features, subscriptions, all the little intricacies, then it's going to be good for you. And Chase Protect at the end, just let us all down. The in-shitification is real when it comes to Chase, right? The current account slowly kind of deteriorated, and then they've just opened with this Chase Protect, which isn't that great. Look, let me know in the comments what you think of Chase Protect. Maybe you don't care about Europe. I think a lot of people won't care about Europe cover, but the fact that you don't get Home Start and you only get Total Local Repairer. So let me know your thoughts. Did I miss an account that you think deserves a mention? Drop it in the comments below. And if you've had real experiences with any of these accounts that I've spoken about today, please do share. Honestly, I think one of the best ways, the most valuable ways people can make, better informed decisions about their money or their bank account is by hearing from others and their own experiences in the comment section. And if you do like to listen to us, episodes from next week will be available every Wednesday at 2 p.m. GMT, and those that watch on YouTube, episodes will continue to go live at 2 p.m. every Friday. So basically, audio people, you'll get each episode 48 hours earlier. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and both Jan and I will see you next week. Goodbye.